So where do you get your belief system from?
Like culture. So
Same
so
thing?
if
Give me an example. I don't understand how people get their belief system from culture. Give me an example how you do that.
so for instance, right, in Islam, for example, it was justified in culture at the time for the Prophet Muhammad to marry a 9-year-old and have sex with her,
Right.
and that was morally acceptable at that time. The Bible, for example, it was morally acceptable to completely kill people based on whatever God said at the time. Like there's a passage in 2 Samuel where God commands a whole bunch of people. He commands them to go out, kill every living thing.
So today, are you saying that your belief would be, yeah, that's no problem, and you would just go do it too? Because that's what the culture believes?
I'm saying that if obviously if I didn't know any better and that was the cultural norm at the time, there's a high probability that that's how I would feel.
But you wouldn't know it better if you got your value from the culture, right?
Well, I mean, so look, like logically, you get your values from the culture too, because you
No,
would
but answer
say,
that for me so I
what's
can
that?
understand. I'm black and I'm slow. I'm trying to understand.
I don't think that at all.
So are you saying that you would believe in that and you would just do it?
Who's to say that if that were the culture at the time, I wouldn't question that or I wouldn't feel like there's something wrong in this? I mean, like soldiers even today, when they go out and they kill another human being, they develop post-traumatic stress disorder. And I mean, again, I think that's a biological evolution that we, as human beings, kind of don't want to kill each other. That we kind of want to kill each other, but then at the same time, when it happens, it's like, oh, this doesn't help the survival of the species, and it's going to, it's going to affect a person negatively. So, when it comes to culture, everybody follows this whether they like it or not. You might question it at the time, like you might be a little bit more elevated and say, oh, we should probably stop doing this practice. Like right now in culture and society, we're saying that you shouldn't make jokes or make fun of people based on X, Y, and Z, right? And you have a whole group of people, the social justice community, that are saying that this is morally wrong and this is unjust.
Do
and
you
we
believe
shouldn't.
that?
I don't. I actually kind of believe that we should stay right here.
If you believe there's no God, your values are based on culture, predominant, whoever's leading the way. How do you determine right from wrong?
For me, personal liberty is probably the anchor, right? So if what I'm doing doesn't affect you, then and within reason, obviously, because I can speak and that can affect you in some way, right? We can have debate.
Right.
But if I'm not physically hurting you or physically inhibiting you in any way, I don't care what you do. I don't care what you believe. I believe that you have the right to do it. I'm a libertarian.
How about if it's harming you, when negative things are happening to you, are you able to determine this is wrong for me?
Absolutely, but that's relative, right?
Meaning what?
So we could say that living a life where you're totally fit and working out and you're on top of the world and you're pushing yourself every day is inherently better than going out drinking and doing drugs every night. But it's relative to the happiness you find as a result of that. So if you're going out drinking and you're chasing women and you're perfectly content with that, then there's nothing wrong with that. Now, obviously, I'm juxtaposing these
Right.
because normally the fitness thing is what makes you happy. It creates endorphins, and the alcohol thing actually starts to mess with your brain chemistry and brings you down. But it's subjective, meaning that it's personal preference, and you can't say that somebody shouldn't be allowed to test this path or this path because you deem one of them right or wrong.
Amazing. One thing I wanted to ask you about, you said that values come from the Bible, right?
What? No.
You said that the Christians get their values from the Bible.
Christian values would come from the Bible, yes.
And why do you say that?
How would you know what a Christian value was if it didn't come from the Bible?
Do you know anyone personally who have gone to the Bible and got their Christian values from the Bible and been able to live them?
My youth pastor was probably the closest person to a definitive real Christian that I've ever met, somebody who really lived that book.
He lived it all the way?
Yes, he was.
How do you know? You weren't in his
can't.
personal life and all that.
We ended up becoming friends after I left the church. He said, I don't care if you believe in God or not. I still love you, and I will continue to love you, and I'm going to be there for you in any way.
Why did he not care if you believed in God? I would want you to believe in God.
Well, see, and that's the fundamental crux of it, is that Christians have this moral high ground.
I'm
in
not
which
going to
they-
push it on you, but I would want it for you because I know that that's
Many
the
of-
right way to go for
Well,
you.
see, you believe that's right.
No,
and-
I know that's right.
But see, that's creating a moral narrative and then pushing that moral
I'm
narrative
not going to
on
force
somebody.
it on you. But I'm not going to tell you, you know what? I don't care if you believe in God or not. I'm just going to love you.
Well, and see, that's what Christianity. That's
But I'm not going to hold it against you. I'm
That's-
just saying I'm not going to tell you that because I know. I got to ask you this. So since you don't believe there is a God, when those moments come when you feel that void, that emptiness inside, that something is wrong, you don't quite know what it is, in those moments when you're not busy, you're all alone, what do you do when those moments come?
But you're saying that fulfillment and joy and emotional happiness comes from belief in a
No, I just
religion or
asked the question,
deity.
what do you do when those moments come? I didn't say anything, I'm asking a question.
When those moments come, I don't know, you go watch a movie or you
That's
do
what
something
you
that
do?
makes you happy.
That's
Right?
what you do?
Yeah, but you're trying to associate that those things are innately caused
No,
by
I'm
a
just
lack
asking
of
a
God
question.
in my
I'm
life.
trying to know you. I'm
And
not associating anything.
a person
so I'm just
could
asking,
be-
when those moments come, what do you do, Jerod? When those moments come, what do you do about it?
In general, I do something that I know would make me happy. So social interaction is a huge one. That's part of the reason why church works so well for people, is because they go out, they get that sense of community. I mean, you can very, very easily go out and hang out with friends, right? That's why people go out to bars, because it's social.
But that's like using a drug. That's what drug addicts do. That's what sex addicts do. That's what lying addicts do. When they feel those moments, they try to avoid those moments by reaching outside for something to make them feel better. And so you never get better because you're only temporarily better. Then those moments come back again, and then you have to find something else, and you become addicted to whatever you're using to overcome those moments.